Hello there. Um, I decided to come on later because I wanted to finish my color by number. People seen a lot of that, so I went, you know what? I'll just finish that and go live later. Here I am. Now, the party last. I was gonna take pictures. I was like around 8:30. I get a message. Don't forget to take pictures. Well, oh crap! I forgot. Sorry. So then I went to take some pictures, and my phone died. When we got home, I plugged it in and it went on. Well, it shut down. Well, I was near. Maybe it got overheated and it shut down. But because there was a fire there, I was sitting near there because it was so cold. I was. I'm like, is that all it was? And and it went straight on when I got home. I'm like, I thought to myself, well, maybe it shut down because it was too hot. So sorry, there's no pictures. But I'll tell you some of the costumes. I see one. My brother wore horns on his forehead. He didn't do none of the makeup part. He just put the horns on the head. I wore my Cheetos sweatshirt. I was a Cheeto. And someone says, "Oh, you're flaming hot." I'm like, "Yes, I am." um, my sister and her husband, I guess, was scarecrows or something. I don't know what my. I think my nephew. It was his birthday. 16. Well, his birthday's actually is on Halloween, but they'll probably trick or treating then. Well, I'm not sure he's gonna be doing it, but yeah, I think he was a cowboy. His little sister started off as some kind of, and then went inside, washed that makeup off, and put um a Woody costume on. There was Pennywise. There was even the Ultimate Warrior there. So that's kind of cool. Hey Arnie, how you feeling? I want to be hyper and everything. My back was killing me. So I sat down for a while, but it got so cold. So then I went to the, in the barn or garage, whatever you want to call it. It's a bathroom, so I went into that bathroom. And then I went, oh, it's warmer in here. So my nephew's stepfather, or he calls him dad, so Um, he says, yeah, there's actually heat on here. All we have to do is shut that door. Eventually, they did shut the door, so I stayed in there. I was cold, but we met some family friends, or the part of the family. It's not my family, but I count them as part of my family. They're part of my niece's family, and I knew them for many years. I just finally met them. Oh my god, cool! My brother don't have to go in 6 tonight. They close at 9:30 or 9 actually. So I remember in Bristol, these two kids are fighting who gets to the to to me first. I went, if you guys are gonna fight, you guys can just keep on going. And they stopped. Who's older? So he was like saying, haha, I get to go first. Well, let the younger one comes first. And he goes, oh, go ahead. Because I was watching the older one antagonized the other one. Was antagonized. Oh, you were antagonizing. It's fair. Arnie. Pennywise. Even this little boy, he wore a Chucky outfit. I'm like, oh boy, Chucky's here. But he's so cute, that little boy. Pillsbury Doughboy. See, I almost got one of those. My brother showed it. I almost. How are you, Arnie? Are you still in the hospital or are you home? There was this one doctor when it lands assist for the patient. I don't want to get infected, but you don't want to leave me in pain. Fine. He grabbed the scalpel and he did it himself. Never got infected. You're still in hospital? Okay. Do they know what's up? I'm skipping to T because that's part of the tail. Uh, I remember at my great grandmother's bedside, I was hearing what the doctors were saying. What do you want to do? Surgery? Because she had gangrene of the heel. And my Nana said just let it go because she'll never be the same after. So I'm like, I was horrified. I'm like, so horrified that day. I wish I never went that day. But see, my other great grandmother, it was her funeral, so I got to go see my other great grandmother that day, which I was glad I got to see her. She knew who I was. She had her mind still, and it was soon after that she passed away. She didn't last too much longer after that. So obviously it was already through her body. Because I was in there and the nurse came in and said I have to clean her heel, and I looked and went, oh, my mom dragged me out. I think I was gonna pass out. But what I'm saying is I'm glad I got to see her one more time. So we got home. That week we lost like 3 family members. Well, Arnie, I hope you're feeling better soon. Is your mom trying to give Maya his medicine? Or does he have to take any medicine? Or maybe your friend could go over and help. Hey there, Brad, Michelle. How are you? Are you new here? I don't recognize you. Oh, I can see that, Artie. Did she say hi? No. New subscriber. Well, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for subscribing. Arnie's going through a lot right now. No, it did a color by number. Never realized how hard a color by number is to do with markers, especially with light blue. I didn't use that color that much, but it died. I did some kind of blue that died at the end too. So, and then I used this other blue. Uh, Picture's done, but it doesn't look great. Share this live out, guys, if you possibly can, then other people can find out about it. I'm going to babysit my sister's golden retriever puppy named Cheddar. Oh my gosh. And because he still needs feed 3 times a day. Oh my gosh. That's just so cute. Cheddar. My dream is to get a golden retriever, but name him Brandon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the dog that played Brandon on Punky Brewster, the dogs who played Brandon was, of course, Brandon, Brandy, and Sandy. But I picked the name Brandon. Yeah. But my brother wants a little dog, so my dream will have to wait for another lifetime. That's nice if you don't babysit. You'll be the fun aunt. Your fur nephew. Well, that's awesome. Oh, I want to do one more of the color by number. This time I'll get all the colors for every single color they show ahead of time. Yeah. My first one was a large, big one, man. My first one was the biggest one ever did. Mm. Yes, Arnie. That's why you, um, that's why when you go home, you rest better. My friend's, his daughter ended up in the hospital. She was 8, broken leg, which is, they wanted her in the hospital for the whole weekend. She was, oh boy, constantly waking her up to do her stats, blood pressure, and all that. The husband says, "Can't you look at the machine?" As soon as falls asleep, you wake her up. Do you wait there purposely? I feel so bad for the people that's in hospital. Just wake them up just as I got wake up. Gotta take your stats. Well, we'll do it while I'm sleeping. She had a heart murmur as well, so she was on the heart they were testing her heart as well, so monitoring her heart. He says we might as well do both. She usually every few months she goes in the hospital for like a week and they monitor it. I don't know why she has to stay there a week, but then the mother says, I think these hospital stays for a week is ridiculous. Because the result is always the same. She's perfectly normal. Well, that's what the doctor said. And did I go to bed late last night? It's funny how there was kids running around until late with short sleeve shirts on, and they weren't cold. How come I'm cold? I have extra padding. This, oh well, Bren, this is 30 by 40. The last one I did was 30 by 30. Ooh. Now, Bren, don't eat that wax. Sometimes I make my coffee into hot chocolate coffee. Uh, what do they call those? Dunkancinos. And I made Mocha Madness, a chocolate coffee. Mm. I'm, I'm tired. I'm trying to wake up here. I didn't eat yet because I'm not hungry. I'm gonna wait for lunch, have lunch, and then come back on. Well, I have to get dressed too. It's another thing. Oh, Brent, something else about me you should know. That I have baby reborn, so sometimes you'll see a baby reborn live, or sometimes you'll see me changing them in the live. Right now I have $4, and my brother says, "How much are you gonna get?" I says, "A collector collects them, so they'll be continue to collect them." I think I need a V8. V8 is so good for you. One time on break, when I was working, someone says, "Why do you have 3 drinks?" I went, "Okay, this is like a meal." I had a fruit juice. I think it was orange juice, and I had a V8. And the bagger said, "Oh yeah, you got your vegetables, you got your fruit, and you got your water." I went, "Yep." He says, she says, "You should have gotten a milk because that's dairy." I went, "No, thank you." Remember the commercials? They hit themselves in the forehead. Could have had a V8, so I did it to my brother. Could have had a V8. I technically had breakfast yesterday, and that was for in the afternoon. Only had one meal yesterday. The ER nurse get would get me anything else. She wouldn't get. Well, go talk to the doctor that you need food. I know someone's in the hospital 3 days and didn't get fed. I would not. Yeah, I got what you meant. She finally called her family on the second day. What? Hospitals don't feed you no more. I'll be right in. Her father said. Her father was like 7.5 feet. I'm not lying. He was tall. He did have that tumor on his pituitary something gland or whatever, and causes you to uncontrollably growths. So he had that off when he was a teenager, but normal growth was still happening, and he ended up like I think it was 7 feet, 7 foot or something. And so he went in there. "Why you don't feed my daughter?" And so she hasn't filled out the thing. And so, "Well, you gotta tell her it's called talking." And you went right in there with Subway and Burger King. So fed her good. And she goes, "Oh, that's better." They brought me toast yesterday. Dry. Black. Maybe she thought that you were gonna go for surgery. This girl I'm talking about, it was after she got her appendix out. And they wouldn't let her parents stay overnight. But it wrote down parents can't stay overnight. I'm like, that's not true. Oh, we were told to write that. Because I yelled at him for that. I seen it when that's not true. You won't let them have the parents say the kids. Yes. It's ridiculous some places. Ridiculous. What is that? Is that an S or a 3? 3 is not that color, so that must be an S. Yeah, that's an S. Should know that's not a. No, I'm not going that far up. Jeez. I almost dropped my diamond pen. I know someone got one in the mail and she dropped it and it shattered. She called them. They were nice enough to send her another one. And no, it didn't shatter. It split right in half. And send her a repair kit for that other one. Oh, it could be fixed. Yay. Of course, her husband had to dig through the trash to get back out. I was watching the show Bondi Vets on YouTube. This cat was trying to get away from the family dog. At first, they thought the cat was bitten by the dog, but no, the dog did not bite the dog. The cat climbed over the fence, fell down, and there was a huge piece of glass there. And they found out that after, because they brought the cat in and they had to go back home and check out what she might have fell on, because that was not a bite. It was a gash. I was saying she probably cut herself on the fence. That was so deep. And right next to her jugular vein too. She almost imagine. Mm. I think I have to put dishes away. I didn't do that yesterday. Remember one time, I forgot I came on live an hour late, and I was only on a half hour. Got lunch and sat down. I'm like, wait a minute, I wasn't supposed to do that. I'm right back on today. She is. You weren't supposed to leave. I went, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm having my lunch now. I was supposed to stay on for another hour and a half. Another hour. Today I'll try my best to stay on as long as I can. But Arnie, are you up to watching the chat while I go to the ladies' room? I can take the iPad with me, so technically you're not alone. All right, I'll be right back. I just have to pee. I'm back. Family had it. It was hard. But I believe. Oh. I'm going backwards. I go to R. Use the bag. Have a bag of R's. Yes. My grandmother had that pretty bad. I remember one day in here, I think it was trash day, so after devotions, I did the kitchen all nice and clean, got dressed, took the trash out, got that out front early. I believe I swept the kitchen and all the floors, because it took me like 2 seconds for that. Um, Laundry, I sat down, I did everything in a half hour. I'm like, oh, cool. So I've been lazy lately, so I have to start doing that. After devotions, even if I can't get it all done, as long as I start it. I think I think the antibiotics will clear it out. I know someone always seem to get the cellulitis in the winter almost regularly because her skin will crack because of dry skin. She had a habit of not drinking enough water, and they eventually got her out of that. They got her to drink water every half hour, have a glass of water, and then scaled back a little bit. And her you are what you eat. You don't if you don't drink enough water, your body is like dehydrating. You're gonna dehydrate your body. Behind her knees, the, where your knee bends, that would all dry out so bad it'll crack. Go to the hospital and all that. So I try to my knees and put some lotion on it and on my dry feet. I think I need to put lotion in a big basin, or maybe two basins, and just stick my foot in there and wait until my feet soak it all out. I think I might order that baby, the peel mask for the feet. Imagine what that'll do with my dry skin on my foot. Foot. Uh, why didn't I do those teas? Okie dokie, Michelle. There's a whole bunch of teas right there I didn't do. That's okay. I should have started from the top. Good thing about this, I can always lower it down a little bit to do the top. I should have done that. I know someone does that, put it midway. Gadget thing is funny. I have uses of what they galore. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it'll be bad. I just didn't do my knees yesterday. We got back from the party and my light was on. Oh, he went to get cigarettes. My light was on. Got my other baby doll to put him with the other baby dolls and shut everything off in here and went to bed. Oh, please get me a soda if you think of me. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's part of life. Every time I start a new diamond painting, it does take me a bit to get into it, but I make myself do it. But today I really wanted to do this on live. So that's why I did the color by number by myself. And yes, I'll be starting another color by number page in there because it's going to be a pretty one, but I'm going to use color pencils. I think that's best for that book. Oh, I can use those markers and just put a 1, 2, 3 or whatever on it. You know what? I can do that. I'm gonna use the multiplace as many spaces as possible because that will go by faster. I always wonder why people always wanted a puppy when they were gonna rescue a dog. I'd say rescue the older ones. He must be going somewhere else besides just there because we live right next to Casey's. He doesn't usually just drive over there. Hmm. That's sweet. I told my mom, well, if I ever own a house, which I do now, but it's not just my say so. And plus I have to have means to take care of it. Um, I want to adopt the old animals from the. She goes, well, what if they died the next day? I says they died in a home, not a cage. Cage is their home. Oh no, not with loving owners. It was this little girl picked out a elderly cat, and the girl that worked it says, "Well, why did you pick him?" I says, "Well, he's old. He can lay on my bed as I read to him. I don't want no kitten like peeing all over my stuff." I don't know if that's the one you want. What if he dies? She said the same thing. I heard the story. That's where I got what I want to do this. She says, "Well, he'll die in a home, not a cage." So she knew there was possibility of him dying in a week or a month or a year, but he didn't. He 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 lived until he was old. He couldn't go up and downstairs a lot, so she used to carry him downstairs, and he can get in a litter box. Only for her. She has expensive food that I order from Chewy. Oh yeah. Oh, Chewy. Is that fresh food or the raw food? I know he didn't go to work because he had regular pants on. Oh, I don't know. What pants does he usually wear to go to work? Okay. This one woman, she thought she was getting a young cat. She got an old, tiny cat. And, I guess some people knew who the cats. So the people that did know was out. They had a meeting, and when they got back, they called the person and says, "You need to know a few things about this cat." And they told him about all the problems he could possibly have because he was neglected, so he didn't grow as big as he should be. He was a Maine Coon, but he was like a miniature size. The only good thing about him was his teeth was in perfect condition. And he's on my lap, purring away. It's this one woman, she fed her pets, better she fed her own kids. She was cooking chicken, a lot of chicken, and the kids went to the table and says, "This is for the cats. You don't get nothing today." I says, "Okay, I'm done. I'm not babysitting for you to." So I told my mom, and we had to call the authorities because um I didn't wait. I didn't go right away. I kind of felt bad, so I stayed. I did babysit for them, and then I told my mom to come over with because we had a lot of macaroni and cheese because we were babysitting other kids and they didn't want it. And these kids never eaten in the past couple of days. They told me, so I fed them good and good. And mother, she had like 10 cats, and they each got their own piece of chicken, and they always eat that like twice a day. And the kids just watch the cats. Hopefully, they don't finish something. He told me it says sometimes we wish they didn't eat it because we were allowed to go get it. She has anxiety and stresses out, so she hurts herself at 6 months old, and so she gets unsure of herself. Oh, poor baby. Well, she's lucky to have an awesome human to take care of her. Kids will not get fed for the day. I told the kids, and they go, oh. She goes, sometimes we just stay in the room because we know we're not going to get fed. That's why we love school. The custodian tells the mother, "Oh, bring them early for school because they can help me." Mother, okay. No, the custodian feeds them. And then before they walk home, they have something else. because the mother won't feed him at home. What you eat at school, isn't that enough? No, they went to foster care. They go, oh, they had to be in. They had to be in what do you call it? Therapy. Therapist said you don't have to food hoard. And we said, what is that? And they told and they go, why would we do that? We know we're gonna get fed here. And they says one time someone gave them uh, you'll be horrified. Gave them mac and cheese in some containers, and they whispered all you need is really hot water and just soak them up, soak the pasta, and they mixed the sauce and a little bit of hot water and just stirred it really, really well. It was in the middle of the night, and they mixed it, and the little girl said, "This is not as good as cooked, but hey, it's better than nothing." Oh no, they bought them the Velveeta one, so all you had to do is just mix it. You know, it's gross. And they said, "Please don't get that no more." Oh, what they did ask for, they tried not to ask for. They asked for Chef Boyardee, the one with the can that you can open themselves. They go, "Oh yeah, we can get you tons of that," and the kids had tons of that and hid it when we went to school. Hey, Carol. It's one word. Carol, her name is in one word, no spaces. Oh, what happened? Why did I do? I am doing S's, you dummy. There we go. And no, I'm not doing S's, I'm doing R's. But I picked up on one of the S's for some reason. Okay, Carol. I remember when my friend's son was going to stay over, and he was getting older. And she says, I'd rather him sleep in the same bed as you. I'm like, listen to me. You want us to babysit him for the whole weekend. We have no problem with that. But he's going to sleep in his own bed. Or I'll make a makeshift bed on the floor in my room, but he's not sleeping in my bed with me. He is too old for that. Well, he sleeps in my bed with me. I said, that's fine. You're his mother. I'm not his mother. And I will not do that. And I don't believe in that. If it's not my kid. Mm. Yes, that's right, Carol. Yeah. Yeah, she does. She does her coloring and stuff like that. I don't think she knits or crochets. There's a learning disability there. She's Downs. But I know she can do it if someone taught her. remember my mom's friend was staying with us for a while. And for Halloween, she bought tons of candy. And at the end, she picked it up and handed it to me. There's no one coming. Here, you can have it all. My wish came true. So I put it all in my room. You know, I put something on top of it and I completely forgot about it. When I found it, I went, oh, candy. Thing is, that was her. She did not take care of herself. She drank beer from morning to night. She says her teeth is like that because they're soft. I didn't open my mouth about that. I just kept my mouth shut. But you drink beer morning to night, your teeth will rot right out of your head. I got that yesterday. And a C. Well, of course, this is. An A. I knew I missed the A. Years ago when my mother needed me to do the house. Well, okay, get out. I would have to kick her out for me to do it. Because I'll start in the kitchen, do it top to bottom, dining room and living room, top to bottom, hallway, bathroom. Her room was always hers, and I did my room, and I was done. And that was like an hour. My mom says, "How do you get it done so quick?" Well, you move and you don't stop until everything's done. Well, there wasn't much to do anyway, because she did the living room and the dining room. I'm like, oh, I had to vacuum those areas. That's why that day it didn't take me long. The kitchen was horrible. I says, well, Mom, as I forgot an R. As I'm working, you start with, I told her what to do, and she's okay. Now, I didn't expect her to do it all. Took the first cabinet, everything out, wiped it all down, wiped the dishes down, put them back in. So she did it. She says, I just did what you did. Upper half, she showed me the upper cabinet, she took a break. She did the other upper cabinet, she took a break. Then she did all the lower back ones. She said she didn't need a break because she sat on the floor as she did it. And then she realized what she sat in. Then she washed the floor, scrubbed it on the hands and knees, stuff like that. So almost an hour and a half. Then I can stop, or I might just finish this. I remember one time I was diamond painting. Someone says, "Why are you diamond painting again? Can't we do something else?" I just started. You can change the title on it. You can ask for a request. So and she goes, "Did you do the request?" I'm like, "Yeah, you gotta know what to, oh, you have to do it again because I'm here now." I'm like, "No, it's not the way it goes." I never understand why people get babies coloring books and crayons when they don't know the concept of it. Now I would get them plain piece of paper to color on. Draw me a picture, you know. But I guess they want to fit in with the other kids in the house. This woman that went to her live stream, and her good $60 book. I have the same book, and there's a whole bunch of crayons scribbled in it. It says, "Yeah, my daughter was coloring." I'm like, "You let her color in a $60 book?" She says, "Yeah, that's the only page she can color on." Then I realized what pages she's. I went, "Wait a minute, she's coloring the back part." Yeah, she goes, "That's the only page she's allowed to." I'm like, "Oh, all right." No major pictures destroyed, but I told her that that's a lot. That's a lot of money for a little kid to do that. I said, "You should buy your own books." 6 months later, after that, wow, the kid like was throwing a temper tantrum bigger, man. Because the mother says, "No, you cannot color my books no more. You ruined the last one." I was in there, says, "Hey, sorry I haven't been around." She says, "Michelle, she ruined it. Markers all on every single page." Thank God she had a piggy bank She got the money out to get another new one out of her daughter's money. Because you got to pay for it. She went and got her money bank. She taught her well. That was when I first started going to people's streams, and I did mostly lurking. I wasn't streaming yet myself. And then when I was streaming, I just before my dad got sick, I went there and she was coloring on her mother's live. I'm like, is this the same kid? They go, hey Michelle, yes it is. Then Copper happened, and then everything went nuts, and her channel's gone because she let her child color on in. She colored so perfectly. I'm like, wow. It's done. I have a K and then a couple Q's, and then I can go get dressed and do dishes and have lunch. It's gonna rain all day today. One time, my dad told me, don't forget about the trash today. But there's only one bag of trash, and I already took it out there. Is that it? I went, yeah. Yeah, all right, because we're getting a storm tonight. I went, yeah, we'd rather not bring that up there. And one week we had to bring it up there. I'm like, please don't let it fall over. And it didn't. Oh, thank God. Another time he insists to put it up there. I'm like, alright. Folding the arms in front of me. I went, no. He goes, why? It's already up there. And he gives me that look. Oh, what? Okay. Okay. And so what I do have to hear. I know someone was doing this. She was wondering why it was so hard to cut. She cut the canvas. She only got like maybe right there. And she stopped because she was live streaming. Someone says, "No, stop! You're cutting the canvas." So since then, she doesn't do that no more. She pre-cuts the shapes, and then she puts it on. Okay, so that is all I'm gonna do for right now. I am gonna go put the dishes away, get dressed, which I'm just gonna wear my hang around clothes. Wiped up Bob the doll up just to sit around. Welcome to the channel. I hope you like it. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell.